Hello everyone, MrsGigi here. It is Wednesday again and I am back. We have this little thing going on and I don't know. I don't know the end result of this really. It is one of those yearly things, you might say. One of those things that I tend to have on my list that I want to do. I've done it a couple of years, but not really too much lately. We are going into October and it's Inktober every year since I don't even know when. There has been an Inktober with a prompt each day for the whole month of October, and we are going there. We are going to try at least to create one ink type drawing each day. I don't know if I will show them all, but we will continue the whole thing throughout the month somehow. And let's start with the first page. I decided that I wanted to have it in this little black book of mine. So, Inktober it is, with prompts. We are going to start with a little bit of a thing here. Let's figure it out. An ink bottle was my way of going into this. It's again one of those. How do you do that? An Inktober. Something along these lines, and then of course the inking process also begins. Let's see, I don't want to have it this tall. The ink bottles are usually not this tall. Somewhat of it like that. Not necessarily that thing, but let's see. So I don't really know exactly how many years it's been a thing, but Inktober 2025. As usual throughout the month, there are 21 prompts, and we are going to start with the first 8 of them, and hopefully there will be at least some of them done today. Or started. Think like that, and then you have the little dropper up here. Some sort of, let's see, a label maybe. And then the symbol thingy here with the bottle top. Something like this. And then we have the eye. N. K. And We can do Inktober. I was actually thinking, let's see, going in like this. Trying at least to do some sort of something fun. Going in with the E. And then the R. Not necessarily the best, but you know, going in with 2025. So just for fun it is. Inktober 2025. Let's do a little bit of something in the background here. Could have gone with colors, of course, but I'm thinking black and white might be the way to go. Like that. So that will be it for the first page, the first day of this prompt thing that's going on is mustache. So you can do a lot of things with that. But let's try, what are we going for? We're going to switch that one. Going in for mustache, the mustache. What are we going? The first thing that I thought of was, of course, like a Pringles man, or you know, something along those lines. Not really too sure about that, but we will see. Mustache. There we have some sort of start. And you could spend hours in doing this, but usually, as you all know, I don't. And doing it like this live, I kind of feel that I don't really want to spend hours and hours in creating, because that wouldn't have been fun. Hello, Becca. Welcome, welcome. So have you tried out Inktober? I've done it, I don't know, 3 times before or something. But I saw the prompt list, so that's why I felt I needed to try it out this year. Let's see, going in like that. Twisting and turning the whole thing around, of course, makes the whole thing way easier, at least for me. Mustache. So I hope that you had a beautiful weekend, Becca. So here we have the mustache bit of the thing, the first prompt. We're going with some sort of whatever. What do we feel like? Do we want to have like, I was thinking googly eyes, but I'm not too sure about that. and then going in with a fun face, not necessarily the best of all, but you know how it is, you need to try it out sometimes. I did enjoy my trip. Oh, it was busy with the hop. Did it go well? Yeah, the trip was really nice, and it was really fun to meet up with my daughter, of course. Like the main thing, we went to a market in the city where she lives. It was fun. It was really fun. And then I went to Amsterdam just for the sake of me getting the flight back. And at one point I didn't really knew if I would go back in time for work on Monday because of all delays and things with the flights and the weather that came with that. So it was, how many of you were there? Like how many participants were in the hop? I can imagine it being quite a lot of people. Moustache it is. This thing. What did we have as the second one? Let's look into just having number one. The second one. Let's figure it out. We'll have to look into the list. A wave. A wave. I don't know. I don't really know if I like that, but that will do. A wave. A wavy line looking like this, maybe. And let's figure it out. Looking like this. Oh, hello, Maddie. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. Let's see. The waves of an ocean, maybe. Are we going with another wave up here, or I would say a curl, but I'm not too sure. Hello, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. There is definitely a wave here. I don't know if I feel like I want to have different colors in terms of, you know, with ink splatter or things like that. I have considered it though, but at this point I'm just doing it black and white. So we will figure it out along the way, I would say. Hello, Time Lord. Welcome, welcome. So, wave. There were a lot of waves this weekend for me because there were a lot of wind. A lot of wind. up to the point where there were a lot of flights delayed. Oh, Time Lord, you missed the whole fun thing apparently. But hopefully you had something more important, maybe family time or doing something else. Let's see, do I want to have another wave up here? I kind of feel like I want to have one almost going the opposite way, but I'm not too sure. Let's figure it out with the help of a regular pin first, because I don't want to screw the whole thing up. No, it needs to be smaller in the case that I will have it. No. Something tells me that there needs to be a thing here. I'm not too sure what. The beauty of just using black and white is that there are nothing that's, you can't really cover it up, can you? I was no, definitely not. Why are you? No, not things tend to go on in our outside of YouTube. That is definitely something. Going with it now, people. That's what it is. Like that. I felt it needed to be there, and I feel like I want to have something up here too. So let's go with that. Hello, Dana. Welcome, welcome. So I'm trying this thing out, the Inktober 2025. Not necessarily doing it the whole month. I just felt I needed to try it out. So the first couple of days here will definitely be covered. And then I might go on my Instagram posting the things too, just to show people, Apparently that's what you're supposed to do. So today it's been a whole whirlwind of things going on at work. And with that, it's really nice to be able to do something like this. This thing or going to the gym. That's where I am at the moment in my thought process. And then a little bit down here, darker of course. So we will kind of leave these as they are. Did you stream the weekend? Sorry, I am doing Inktober. I haven't done for quite a while. Started this thing, with Inktober 2025, doing the mustachy bit here, and waves. Waves are apparently day number 2. I think it was like 3 years ago or something that I did it last time, and I didn't do it live. I just did it for fun. That's kind of how I feel right now, really. Doing it for fun. With the history of mine, you don't really want to have things that you have to do. But you already know that. And then waves. Number 2. I could go with, I do have up over here, I do have colored inks like, but I don't know. I don't know if I will use them. I'm tempted. Look, I actually looked into this, and this isn't really any specific type of paper. It's a little bit thicker than usual. But I could go with ink splatter or something, so that might be it. So, number 3. Number 3 is a crown. It's a crown. Let's look into that. What are we going for? Crown as in a princess one, maybe. So, first, let's figure it out as it is. Or crown as in a coin. Or is that what you know? It's a coin. I don't know. I was debating with myself if I wanted to have a princess crown, like a tiara. And that might be nice. And in that case, let's figure this one out. So that might be like the end, something along these lines. And then the middle part with a, I don't even know, like, do they have like a heart or something, maybe? On those Disney things they do, but I don't know. Becca and Dana, we are, oh, were you sad? Oh, that Robert Redford died. I'm living here in my own bubble kind of thing, so I didn't even know that. Should have had the, you know, I don't know. Some things kind of tend to go past me in terms of news. I don't want to say unfortunately, but you know. I tend to not really think too much about that, actually. Let's see, the crown going, and I'm going with the tiara crown because here I'm thinking there will be some sort of something here, going up here, and then there will be a connecting part somewhere along here, maybe. Going down like that somehow. With small little, whatever, diamonds. What do you tend to have? Yeah, yes, I know. Oh, oh, wasn't that like the keeping up with the that one I knew because my mom, she loved her, like, I, yeah, I realized because my mom told me, and I knew. I've watched the show. I love the show. It was really hilarious. It was really, really fun. Keeping up with the appearance. I don't know if that was a thing in the US though. She was one of those, like, she was that show kind of thing, or at least to me, she was. Let's see, going like that. So apparently this is more like a tiara, unfortunately, but we will go with that because that is to me what this is all about. And then with the heart situation here, we're going with a little bling up here, like a little extra diamond, a true Disney tiara, whatever you like to call it. I'm now thinking the Disney princesses, and there are of course others. Let's see, she, me, and Grandma. Yeah, it was really fun, that show. It was, and it's hard to explain if you haven't seen it. So I don't know. I used to watch it on BBC, but I don't know if you can watch it somewhere else nowadays, or like on BritBox or whatever it's called, like with the streaming things going on. And let's figure this one out. Needs to be a little longer, I feel. Like a little more like that. Some sort of crown has appeared. Going in. I wouldn't say defining the things, but there is definitely something else going on this one apart from, yeah, some sort of thing. You can all see what I'm actually thinking about though. So there was a crown, and do I want to have something else going on up here at a later date? Hopefully. Let's see, number 3. So number 4, murky. To me that is clouds, the dark gray thing might, I don't know, is it? To me it is, so that's what it is. Dark gray, like my day today, apart from the last couple of hours before it went pitch black, and it's pitch black now, and that is how it's going to be for the next couple of months, really. So defining the clouds might be the option to go. I don't really know if I want to do that, but it has been broadcast in Canada, or is it like in the US? I don't know. Yeah, it was a great show. I don't really watch regular TV shows or the regular type TV. Maybe a little bit of news situation, of course. Stanford and Son. pretty funny. I don't know. TV isn't like it's used to be. Definitely not. Definitely not. Am I going with darker clouds for the, or maybe even, let's see. I'm thinking about only using this, but I am also going in with a with one other pen, I think. But I'm going to try that later. It's an old show, and yeah, there aren't really too much of any. You know, there are of course seasons of, I don't even know how many seasons of whatever like popular TV show nowadays, because I don't really watch them, but there aren't shows like, you know, remember being able to watch like one episode a week and you had to wait for a whole week? That's not even existing anymore, is it? I don't really know if that would even be possible nowadays, with people don't really want to wait too much for anything. See, it needs to be a little darker underneath all of these. And then underneath this one, are they looking like islands or whatever? But I don't know. I don't know. So this will definitely be a quick version of Inktober. But that might not just be me, you know, wanting to do things quick. It might be that I want to like emphasize this whole the thing, because I don't really have time. I only have this like Wednesdays each week, and maybe a little bit on the weekends, but I would have loved to be able to do this each day. Unfortunately, not a thing. I feel sometimes that I kind of need to do it every day, but I'm too tired. I'm definitely too tired to do it. And it wouldn't be fun at all for all of you to see either. So, the gloomy, the dark, and the grey. This might be it. Am I going for some rain clouds? No, I'm not. I am not. Going to do a little bit darker down here. So we have it here. What did we say? Which day was it? Number 4. I'm going to emphasize the number 4 so that we can see it. So anything fun going on this upcoming weekend? For me, it's been me being away. It means that this coming weekend is a lot of games for my family. There is a lot of matches actually going on this coming weekend, and of course I will be there supporting in the audience like I always do each season after season. So the gloominess, the darkness, and the grey, murky. And then there is a fun prompt. Prompt number 5 is a deer. And yes, let's look into that. A deer. Let's figure out the nose part first. Maybe. Not really one of those that I have done before, of course, but we will have to figure it out. Let's see, how do we have the mouth, the mouth situation like this, maybe. The eyes and the actual, let's see, it's not a horse. It's definitely not a horse, but we will go with that kind of situation like that. And then we have, let's figure out the ears. They have quite large ears, do they? I don't know. Let's Google it. Let's look into I have no clue about their ears, but I feel like they have large ears. Or it might just be in my dreams that they have. And then of course the eyes. The eyes are like this, maybe. I feel like they are close to this anyway. And then the nose part needs to be more defined. And then we have their crown with however many horns like that. And then of course the blackness of the nose needs to be like that, something. And the ear part, I tend to not really do a terrific job, am I? Let's see. And the other crown part, could have done this as a thing, couldn't I? And the upper part here on this one. Not too sure. Do they have large ones? To me, it is like they have smaller crowns when they are young, and not too curly of them either, like when they are young. Something along those lines, or is it? I think it may be like something here. And then we have the body. And then the thing with the legs, that might be the hardest part of it all. Oh, let's figure this one out. I'm glad it's only ink like this in a quick little situation. These are hard to create. And then of course with the body up at the like that, maybe along a little bit more crooked, and then the bum. Let's figure it out. Needs to be larger like that. Now thinking, should it be like a leg down here maybe, and the stomach part and then of course the other leg will be like that, hidden somewhere, you know. It could definitely be it. Let's not do this more advanced than this. This is apparently some sort of deer, so we will go with this one. And then usually it's lighter gray or another fur color at least on some part of it. So might be that I have to go a little bit more in depth with this one. See, small little lines. Go with making them a little bit more prominent. And then back and forth and doing whatever, you know, feels right at the moment. But apparently this is as far as we will go with the deer. Hopefully you can see what it is. And do we want to have anything else? Going here maybe with a little bit more of a thing with the ground. And yeah, I don't know. Let's figure this one out. A little bit more texture when it comes to the upper part of the head here. And just the tiniest little bit, not necessarily too visible for the camera. So there he is, the deer. I don't know how well I succeeded with this one. but he is definitely there, or somewhat anyways. So let's just turn the page. And looking into the next prompt on the list, pierced. And what are we going for? Let's see, pierced. There could be a lot of things actually. Pierced. Thinking appears like an apple, maybe. That could be. So going with an apple, we will just have to do the numbers correctly here. We will have that one as number 5. So number 6, the apple is pierced. What are we going for? We're aiming for an actual apple. And the stem. And then of course the part of the apple here. So pierced, that means like a hole there, and peeking, are we going just straight across maybe? And I would say up here, wouldn't it be? Yeah, the thing there. So let's get it pierced by are we going with an arrow, or are we just going straight across like that? I don't know. I feel like I want to have it like that, and down here we have some sort of something there with the apple. Something tells me an arrow, so there will be an arrow here. And then of course with the bow situation, there will be a thing down here at the end too. Let's figure this one out. Let's go with a little bit of a reflection here. And now is where the whole thing starts to be. I would love it to be like a red apple, like a Cinderella apple kind of thing. But I'm not too sure. We'll go just filling the whole apple like this. Yet again, all different kinds of directions. The stem will definitely be darker because it is on an apple. Which one was based on the Stanford and Son show was based on another show. Yeah, I can imagine that. I love BBC shows, Time Lord. There are some really, really fun ones throughout the years. Let's see, do we like the I don't know. It's not necessarily as round as I would love the apple to be. Let's figure that one out. Needs to be darker down here. And just again a little bit darker. So the apple, the pierced. The apple is pierced. Is that what it is? With that, let's see, going a little bit rounder on this side too. And yet again darker down here in the shadowy bits of this. And we're going to fill this. I feel like it's a little bit too white for my liking, but I don't want to have it too much. Just a little tiny bit of something. Doing it this way around. So all different kinds of directions. It's again another way. Am I going darker down here? Let's figure the inks out, because I have these. I have the ink sprays, all different kinds. It's dilution sprays, and it is Inktober. It would be nice to have a red apple, wouldn't it? But I'm debating when it comes to the paper, so I need to try it out. I said I wanted to have it black and white, but I do love me the red apple situation, so just going tiny bit like this. Just going with a brush. I just felt it needed it for this thing. It would have been a little bit, I don't know, some sort of something, of course. Let's go in there and up there. Doesn't really need much, does it? So these inks, all of them that I'm using here are dilution inks, and it's Inktober, so that I kind of feel like that counts. So, you know, with blues and green and yellow, and yeah, I have a couple of them to choose from. Yep. Especially for this one though. I might not go with all the others. We will just do it like this. Let the thing dry and might be. Yep. Let's do it. And I could go with blue for the sky and things too, but I'm not sure. Number 6. I would go in afterwards. That is definitely what I will do. So the number 7, which was yesterday, is a starfish. And I'm thinking sea. Some sort of, I don't know, like a starfish to me. Let's think about this for a little bit. It isn't like, or necessarily like a particular star. It's somewhere along those lines. I would say a little bit rounder. And then, do they have like suction cups or whatever? I don't know. I think they kind of have to, you know, they do have some sort of, to me at least, like, not really suction cups on the upper part, but do definitely have some sort of pattern along the edges here, or even in the middle maybe. Or is it that, do I need to Google this thing? There are of course different species as well, but I'm thinking, is it one that, you know, have like, to me, or at least, or is it one of those like character or like cartoony like ones? This might be a totally different kind of, I don't know, like, definitely cartoony, don't mind me, but that is what we were, I wasn't really aiming for it, but that is what it will become. The thing though, I definitely need, let's figure out, they need to be like a sea situation, thinking somewhat like that, and like this maybe. And do we need something? No, no. Sand and pebbles. Pebbles. We do need pebbles. Or something else maybe. And they are definitely some sort of something. And round, are they round? No, the stones are not necessarily. Thinking here, should I go with the ocean situation up here and the sky, or just kind of go with the, no, I don't know. There will definitely be sand down here. Up here, I'm not too sure. This will definitely be some sort of rocky situation, or some stones or something. I'm going the opposite direction again. Not really showing too much on here. So if you want to see maybe a little bit more detailed, it is these pictures will be uploaded on my Instagram, MrsGigi on Instagram. I haven't used that for quite some time, but I just felt I needed to like reuse the whole thing. Getting back into what the thing is, creating. I don't feel like I want to have any specific color in this one, even though I could have gone blue with the sky and the sea situation here, but I won't. I don't know why I felt the redness of the apple was so important to me, but it was. And then there will be a little bit of a thing going like that. So this might be my version of a starfish. I don't know. Let's go with emphasizing a little tiny bit more. Just for the fun of it. Not going for any sort of masterpiece at all. Definitely not. Not for this specific one. Might actually go with another. No, I'm not. But I rarely think things through, do I? Do I? Do you want to add a sea thing here? Maybe a coral or something? Or some, I don't know, seaweed or whatever. Just a little, some sort of grass. And then there will be a little bit of that kind of thing up here too. So, people, there it is. The starfish of all starfish. And yeah. And the water line might be here in the, I don't know. It's there. Like the apple, like the deer, the murky or the cloudiness, the tiara, the waves. I do need to figure out some wavy waves over here. The mustache. And yeah, the last thing, reckless. It could be a hard word or not, depending on how you see the word. I am thinking about it as a thought, or not really thinking things through to the point where you kind of destroy the whole thing. I don't know, but that is how I see it. Let's see, let's look into that part again. I need to just, so I am going for a thought, a bubble of thought. How do you even go approaching those? Traditional cartoony, yet again. Kind of thought bubble, not really thinking things through, doing it in a reckless way. Not always does that happen, but you know, sometimes. And here I'm thinking I'm going for, yeah, let's just do the darker part of this first, down here this time. Underneath here, all the other ones. And now, not really thinking at all, which will be the crossover, which to me will represent the reckless part of not thinking. Which could be the case. Like that, going up. And kind of do a thing here. So the thought of doing something that doesn't necessarily is good, but in the moment of thinking it is a nice thought. I don't know, have we all been there? Might have been, or you know, during the youth years, I would say that might be a thing. To me, it is not necessarily a really bad thing, but I don't know, for some thoughts it might be. Number 8, reckless. So we managed to do it within the hour. And let's see. Inktober, are we going to continue this? Probably am. Let's figure this out. I didn't really like it too well. Going in with the ink yet again. Inktober 2025. Started with this thing. Actually debating on going the opposite direction. Let's just do it. I feel like that's the way to go. Or another one up here too. You'll never know. Let's just do it. It needs to be there. To cover the whole page with waves. That might be the way to go. And another one up here. Twisting and turning. Just like that. So these, would they be nice in blue ink? Maybe, I would say. We'll go like this first. Making the whole wave itself a little bit more outlined. And going the opposite way with the other one, of course. So, oh, thank you so much. Welcome in. I'm trying to create the Inktober. So these are one of those where I go back and forth and doing whatever, creating waves, which was the prompt for day number 2, 2nd of October. The waves, blue ink, I'm not too sure. The tiara or the crown, which was the 3rd day. Am I going with the princess in the back? Let's see, or am I? The actual prompt was crown, so I did go a little bit like, you know, maybe like a king crown in the back, and then this tiara for the princess in the front. No, I will leave it like that for now. Number 4, Mercury, the grey, the dull, the darkness, and the clouds, which will represent today in terms of the weather here where I am. And then we had the other day, October 5th, the deer. I'll definitely have to look further into him. He looks really strange in my opinion. Do they have, let's figure him out. Do they have like a little bit more rounded back? So the deer it is, and pierced. I needed to have a red apple. That was just what it was to me. Could have been a whole bunch of other things, of course, but to me it was the apple situation that caught my thinking in creating this. And we're going with, I don't know why it is that I feel like this needs color to, or like even more color. But that is that one. This one, we do need to have it written down. Number 7, the starfish. And let's see. Am I going with the lighter, with the Calypso teal? Might not be the way to go. Vibrant turquoise? No. Might be that I have London blue. No. It might be that I actually have two dark of blue ink colors. I will do a little tiny. This is literally as tiny as possible, but I will use my brush and let's figure it out together. I don't want to have it, I want to have it like bluish gray, because unfortunately where I am at the moment the waters are not too turquoisey or nice looking. It is fall time and that's just what it is. Let's see, I need to do a thing with the ink here though. Just the tiniest bit of blue. Because it's Inktober, I do want to use ink as the colors to create this. Otherwise it's cheating to me, isn't it? I don't know about you, but that's how I feel. So there will be a little bit of blue. And over here too, just to emphasize the beachy feel here. And then of course that's the starfish, which was the prompt for the day. So we will just have it like that. Are we going in with the deer and just adding in a little tiny bit of color to him, or something else? I feel like I want to have him a little bit more brownish type color, or maybe yellowish. Just do, let's see. They are usually, at least here where I am, they are like light brown. And we are going in with Pure Sunshine. Could be just the tiniest bit. Let's see. We will do it on the side here so I can have the black too. Let's figure this one out. It's just the tiniest bit. You could barely see it. The little drop there. We have black, the tiniest little drop too. Maybe this will go totally wrong, but then we have at least tried it out. So as you can see, using the ink color, that little thing, and you don't need much at all. Just the tiniest little drop will last quite long. And then of course the ink, as I haven't really done anything to cover the actual the ink that I'm using in the pen. Let's do a little bit lighter. I do like to have it just the tiniest bit lighter or more yellowish. So this will be, you know, just a little bit more drama to the thing. Just doing the same thing with the ears, adding in, I don't even know if it is visible, you can see the tip of the brush there. Just adding, and you can see it becomes way more color than I took on the actual brush. So there is definitely something going on with that little deer of ours. A little bit more yellow in there. And of course, yet again, the Dilutions ink spray it is, but it's an ink color, which makes it eligible for the challenge, as it's Inktober. Do we want to add anything in the back? I feel like we are not. The waves. We spoke about the blue of the waves. Are we going there? Are we going there? Let's see. We need to do a thing there with the ink. We're going to dab that away because we don't want to have the ink go anywhere else. And the blue, I would go with the vibrant turquoise again. A little bit more. But as you can see, again, it's not much. It's not even, oh, I would say here it's a couple of drops. And as you can see, it kind of lasts a long way. Yet again, a little tiny bit, oh, it disappeared in the brush kind of thing. Going in here. Going with another tiny bit of ink. The beauty of using what you have, but you don't need much. So Inktober has finally started. I thought about it since the summertime, actually, that I wanted to participate this year, and I am. Not really participating in the sense that I'm going for a challenge per se, but you know, I'm doing it. And the great thing about doing a challenge like this is that you don't really need more than just a couple of minutes in creating a thing like this. And yeah, just try it out. That's what I say. Try it out. Go in here. I don't really want to have it too much blue up here. Just, I don't know why, I just felt it needed something like this, and going a little bit more further down here maybe. Let's see. That was way too much. Did you see how much I took there? I want to have it a little bit grayish, like over here. So I don't mind it blending with the black ink that we have drawn thing with. That might be it for that. We will leave him as he is. The waves, the tiara. Let's figure the oh no, I'm now thinking there will be some sort of king crown in the back here. A crown for the king and a crown for the queen. Let's see if we can do a double thing. If it's a good or bad thing, I have no clue. I just felt I needed to add. And of course going through, because this is a see-through tiara. Coming like that. Going around with some sort of something here. What it is, I have no clue, but we will kind of figure it out together. Or just leave it like this maybe, just to have a symbol of a king crown and a princess or a queen crown, or the tiara. Yeah. So we have them finished, do we? So they are apparently, as usual, I would say, throughout October, 31 prompts, of course. I am going for the rest of them. Some I will show here, and some of them I will show on my Instagram, MrsGigi Crafts, and there will be a link down below in the description box as well. So this is it. It has been really fun to start this thing here on the live like this, and yes, it's begun. Thank you all so much for watching. I will retreat back, is that what you say? I will be on this channel again this weekend, and together with my friend Create with Becca, I am going live with her doing a diorama like we've done throughout the year. I wouldn't say it's finished, but it's supposed to be finished at the end of the year, so there is quite a lot of things to be put together for all of you to see. This Inktober has been really fun to try out, and for those of you interested, check in this weekend again, and I'll have all information down below in the description box. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, and night. Thank you all replayers. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll be back again Wednesday next week, 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, as always. So, bye everyone.